Hello. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good. We're here with another one of our seniors, with
Hannah Breedlove.
yes. So, what is your verse that you're bringing to us today?
My verse is Matthew 6:19 through 21. It's lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break in or steal.
That's a good verse.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
mm-hmm. So why did you choose it?
I chose this verse because I think it's always reminded me that, like, everything we have is temporary. Like, your possessions, your money, your power, your friends, your, everything. Your titles, whatever degrees you earn, stuff like that. And it might seem like bad news, but it takes a lot of pressure off of you when you, especially when you're expected to do a lot right after high school or college or whatever, so.
Yeah, you're expected to, like, have everything figured out, it feels like, and it's like, no, I don't have to, it's okay, you know, as long as I know who I am and who I am in God and moving forward with things, like.
Yeah, and keeping your priorities where they need to be.
Yeah.
So, does this verse encourage you to change the way you think, act, or speak?
Yes, I think it definitely does with, like I said, like, putting that priority on, like, heavenly things instead of earthly things, and what's actually going to last when you think about how long, like, eternity is and stuff. And then it just, I don't know, spurs me on to be more bold, especially with, like, sharing the gospel and stuff like that. But,
that's cool.
Yeah, I think that's great, and I think especially, you know, younger generation, like, you know, it is a lot of materialistic things. Everybody kind of is pulled more towards those worldly things, but reminding ourselves that this doesn't go with us. This is not of God. This is not what we need to be building up and taking with us. We need to be taking people with us.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, those are the treasures that we're going to have when we get to heaven.
Yeah, I mean, throughout the Bible, like, we see not things that are physical that are important to what God has for us. You know, we have the fruits of the Spirit. Nothing physical there. Sermon on the Mount, Beatitudes, like, all those blessings, those are not things that are physical and
Can be
just,
bought.
Can be bought, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Can't be earned, you know, it's
given with grace.
given with grace,
Yep. So how does this point back to Jesus?
Well, I think that Jesus was the perfect example of this. Like, he didn't have a house. He didn't have possessions. You know, he knew that it was just temporary and he'd go home soon, so why, I don't know, waste your time on those, like, earthly things, I guess.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yep. I think that's what surprised people about the Messiah. You know, like, why doesn't he have all these riches and golds and stuff, but he has so much more. I mean, to live that perfect life, to have that ability. So much more than any of us will ever have.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So how can we apply this to our everyday lives?
So I kind of linked this back to Paul, and while it's nowhere near as extreme with him, but he said to live as Christ and to die as gain. But so he said that, and I think it's just, we can, like, live every day knowing that whether we like, die or, you know, that's the worst that could happen, and even if that happens, you know, it's not that bad. We get to go move on to, you know, our heavenly riches and stuff. So
exactly. It's like, it's gonna be better than here.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, we're told that God, you know, provides even for the birds of the air, so why is he not going to provide us with what we need? We may want all these crazy things, but
I think it just gives you more fulfillment. Like, I mean, I know walking a life that is giving glory to God, it is so much more fulfilling than the newest iPhone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because guess what? They're going to come out with another one next year.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I know.
It's
true.
An iPhone. That's okay.
Well, whatever.
I was like, I didn't know that.
That's cool. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I think that's it. We're good.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes,
No problem.
thank you so much. Well, we will see you guys next time for our next segment. Bye.